Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, good morning, good morning, good morning, good morning. It is Monday, Mad Monday, with your boy OG Big Sam. Coming at y'all today again with some, playoff recaps, playoff reactions. Um, you know, um, we have movement in the coaching staff, and what I'm saying, we're going to get into all of that. I want to say good morning to everyone in here. Anthony White, good morning. Bubba Gump, what's happening? Nice to see you. Mr. Knight, always good to see you in here, sir. Georgia boy, what's good? What's good? What's good? What's good? Um, we had the conference championship games on yesterday. Um, we had Kansas City beating the Baltimore Ravens 17-10. We had the San Francisco 49ers coming back to take the position and win the game over the Lions. This is going to be an extremely hard lesson, for the Lions to learn. The telling thing with them is how they're going to come back from that next season. Will there be a hangover, or will it just be a learning experience of a young team, and understanding the ramifications of playing a complete game, But I want to start with the AFC Championship game. No surprise in the victory. I predicted Kansas City to go into Baltimore and win that game. If you know me, if you've heard me, you know how I feel about one Lamar AAU Jackson. He's been the trending topic this morning on a lot of platforms and a lot of social media platforms. Look, that was your $260 million quarterback, y'all. That was your second coming of Michael Vick. Yeah, which is always funny to hear. Me personally. I'm just trying to understand what's the excuse going to be there, because all during the offseason, a lot of people kept talking about, well, he need weapons, he need weapons, he need weapons. He's always had weapons. I hate repeating this, but it bears repeating at this point. For 14 years, we heard, as defenders of our own quarterback at the time. The quarterback has to be able to make the players on his unit around him better. You had a plethora of receivers, a stout running game, and like always in your 7 years in Baltimore, you've had a top 10 defense, and yet you squander another number one seed. You squander another number one seed. But then I hear, other platforms around and talking heads, big major networks wanting to, elevate him into the all-time conversation of calling him a top 10 all-time quarterback. I beg to differ. The numbers bear it. Video documented evidence bears it. And it's time for a lot of you Madden runners to see the light. Okay, you have all the speed in the world, but when you are deficient in reading defenses, when you're deficient in understanding your down and distance situation and what you need to do in the rhythm of the game, you get a lot of what you get from Lamar Jackson in big games: disappointment and L's. He had weapons. He had weapons. Okay, your defense held an otherwise pretty potent offense to 17 points. You were at home. Okay, all boxes checked except for one. That's the W box. What's going to be the outlier this time? What is going to be the trending crier in this particular situation? You on the big stage at your crib with weapons, with a potent defense. 10 points. 10 points. Now, I remember hearing him saying before the season started that he was going to, throw for 6,000 yards and run for another 1,500 yards and throw 60 touchdowns, and all this kind of noise. But in all of that prediction of the numbers, never heard a prediction of walking that dog and end of the season with that Lombardi trophy. So where's your mindset? AAU Jack, where's your mindset? You had an opportunity to shut people up, people like me, that just, that understands this whole your idol and the concept of being the second coming of. You're looking more and more like him. You're looking more and more like him. And you can run fast, but on the big stage, your ass in quicksand. Now, on the flip side of that, Patrick Mahomes, boy, and Travis Kelce, show why they're future Hall of Famers. They showed up and did their job. They showed up with a purpose and did their job. Shout out to what's the kid name? The running back? Is it Petrie? Pacheco or something to that effect? I can't never get his name right. But he showed up as well. It's gonna be interesting to see what's gonna happen in 2 weeks. Travis Kelce at this present point in time, whether he plays another year or two, right now at this point, especially if this season ends with them with a third Lombardi trophy, we're gonna have to start. We're gonna just have to, get up to him. You're looking to give him his cape, his crown, and his scepter as the GOAT tight end. That dude did what a tight end was supposed to do in that game yesterday. He blocked well. He made some very, very, very high profile catches when needed, dead on time. Patrick Mahomes was Patrick Mahomes. Give a shout out to the Kansas City Chiefs defense. It is what it is right now. Ain't too much more that could be said about that game. Except, I'm just saying, 260 million for 10 points. All right, let that sink in. 23 eyes. Let's get 23 likes. Y'all hit that like button for the man. You know what I'm saying? Run these likes up. You know what I'm saying? You know, run them up. Run them up. Get them as high as you can. Share the program. You know, hey, you're looking. OGN TV. Subscribe to it. You know. Let's see. Anthony, since you were the first one in here, let me start with your comment. All right. Can't defend Lamar Jackson on this one. He got to be the difference in the game like that and wasn't. He got to get that work. His O-line and receivers were bad too. Zay Flowers need to grow up. Okay. Yeah, you know, you hit on some things there. You hit on some things there. Mr. Knight said Lamar had opportunities to win the game today, on yesterday, but he didn't get it done. Period. No explanation needed right there. You know what I'm saying? Charlie Boy was good. What's up, Terry? Hey, Sonya. Chanel Keys. The Ravens had Lamar in the pocket all day like he damn pocket QB. Keeping Lamar in the pocket is what lost them the game. So none of the turnovers had anything to do with that. I mean, I'm hard pressed to understand. Okay. All right, let's get real on Lamar Jackson. Okay, he has an arm. Okay, and yeah, he got and see everybody falls in love with the ability to get out and and all of that there. But when you're not diagnosing what you're looking at, you know what I'm saying? Everybody, you talk about being in the pocket like it's a bad thing when the pocket is there. But when you're standing there and you can't read you can't diagnose what you're reading, that's the actual problem, Keys. That's the actual problem. Come on now. Let's look at the situation for what it is. They brought in a college offensive coordinator to dumb down the scheme, the college level, and we're talking about Lamar Jackson was like he was held back. He did run on some occasions. I mean, but I mean, you're making out, him being in the pockets. Well, no, them 2 turnovers and not being able to convert on 3rd downs is what lost the game. How many times they get in the red zone on yesterday? Yeah, how many times did they convert? Come on now. Y'all would like the quarterbacks of today to be how y'all play on Madden, but that's really not realistic. When you have a pocket in front of you, when the pocket is around you, and you're clean, okay, you generally have 3, 4, maybe 5 seconds to progress and diagnose what you're reading and make a decision. Drop back, boom. But when you don't know what you're reading, when you can't spell what you're reading, you get a lot of what you saw on yesterday. And you could tell it. You could tell it. And when you're a championship ready, a championship experience, a defending champ like the Chiefs that can dial it up, you know what I'm saying, on the big stage. Let's make no mistake about it. The Chiefs are championship ready. They've been championship ready. and they put you in a position that is, you know, uncomfortable. Uncomfortable situations should be the type of situations where you flourish in. And for 6 years and counting, we've seen Lamar Jackson in uncomfortable situations and look the such. How many times the Ravens defense had Patrick Mahomes uncomfortable, and what did he do? Make plays, make throws, make runs. Come on, man. We gotta stop giving this boy, you know what I'm saying, these excuses. And y'all say for 14 years a quarterback got to be able to make everyone around him better. Okay, and we'll add in, you know, him not having Andrews. Okay, cool. But you still had you had OBJ, you had Flowers, you had the other kid, you had your two running backs, you know what I'm saying? And the little young tight end, you know what I'm saying? He was out there, you know, trying to get it in as well. But you can't do too much when your quarterback is suspect. What else are they gonna do now? I mean, you've already dumbed down the scheme. You brought in an offense coordinator out of college. Okay, what else are they gonna do now? What is gonna be the next move now to help him? They dumbed down the scheme. It brought you weapons in on the outside. You know, because that's what y'all said. He need help. He need help. Okay, he got the help. And where was him helping himself? Come on, man. Y'all gotta stop making excuses for your heroes. When they really not heroes, they actually Clark Kent's around this gap. And see, Bubba says chance for two different teams in the Super Bowl, but Detroit and Baltimore both choked. Yeah, you know, painful as it is, it's accurate. Oh, if they ran him more. Okay, but then what's the use in having weapons if all you're gonna do is run with Lamar? See, that's what y'all would fall in love with. You need that quarterback that can run you 4-3-4-4. Oh, bet, you know, he should be the MVP every year. You run for 1,000 yards every year. Running for 1,000 yards as a quarterback that means what? Means what? You go back and then look at that game on yesterday, and you look at some of the situations where he got sacked, okay, or there was a misplay. Why do you think that was? Now, I say it again. When you can't diagnose what you're reading, when you can't comprehend what you're reading, you get what you got from Lamar Jackson on yesterday. And I've been saying it for 3 years. Really long than that, but the most recent of the last 3 years. And everybody's campaigning for this dude as a top flight quarterback, as an elite quarterback. You know, he might be an elite athlete, but an elite quarterback, stop playing. Stop playing. Y'all need to stop playing. And he is not by any means an elite quarterback at all. And until he learns how to be a quarterback, not some guy that has 4.3 speed that can get out and run away from some blitzes or some sacks. No. A guy that can get the snap in his drop back, read what he's looking at, and decisively make a play, make a throw. Until he's able to consistently do that, yes, stop putting elite in anywhere near his name. Stop with the, it's time to put him in the all-time conversation. No, sir. No, it is not. It's the second or third blown number one seed by this guy. When y'all gonna start looking at it from the truth instead of looking at it from a fantasy perspective? Well, oh, you think if he'd have got 100 yards rushing yesterday, that'd have made a difference? Stop playing. Still had to get in the end zone. How many times they get to the red zone yesterday, and how many times they were successful? Okay. Jarvis Williams, what's happening? What's happening? Southside, what's good? No shot, DD, what's happening? That right there. That right there. You know why there was hesitation? Because he couldn't comprehend what he was reading. He couldn't comprehend what he was reading. But I was called a hater and a hypocrite because I called that out 3 years ago. He'd be a hell of a running back. He'd be a hell of a running back. Straight up. And I'm just keeping it a buck. 7 years and counting in this thing, and you still can't read defenses. They brought in a college offensive coordinator for this guy. A college offensive coordinator. Yeah. They brought that down to a college level scheme. And like my little young homie, LT said, Stetson Bennett looked better in Monken's system than Lamar Jackson does. And those are the facts, ladies and gentlemen. Those are the facts. Sound better when you say it, Mr. Knight. It sound better when you say it. Because number one, why that is, you don't want to know why that is, Sonya? Because number one, the stages is too big for him. Number one. Number two, like I've been saying since I started the program. Okay, when you can't comprehend what you're reading, and it's been 7 years now. 7 years now. If he ain't got it yet on reading defenses, he ain't gonna get it. He ain't gonna get it. Here's what you think these teams, the defenses, are gonna stop getting better? Take the next 2 draft classes that are coming on the defense side of the ball, and take a gander at that question again. Ooh, now that is a damn good analogy, Mr. Knight. That is a damn good analogy. Lamar is just like James Harden in the playoffs. Boy, you can say that right there. That right there. That right there. Yep. Chanel said, what's crazy is he ain't fast at all. Runs slow off his spot and has the ball on the blocks. I mean, well, again, that still boils down to the actual facts. Like I said it 3 years ago, and I got called a hypocrite and a hater. But here for the second or third time, you see him with a number one seed in his house and can't get it done. For them 260 million, 10 points? Can't get it done. 10 points? Okay. All right. Have y'all want us to break the bank and go get him. No. Because I'm anxious to get to the tape and see what these talking heads got to say this morning. All of those that were trashing us about not making an attempt to go get him. What are you all talking about this morning for them 260 million and 10 points? And 10 points. He has had a top 10 to top 5 defense each and every year of his existence with the Baltimore Ravens. Yes, he is. Y'all preached, prodded, and cried all last season. Even Ray Lewis got on TV hollering about, this man needs help. You had a good stable of receivers. Y'all keep running backs. You got what I'm saying? Even though Mark Andrews wasn't there, but the young kid behind him, showed up. But I'm just saying, and you talking about why keep him in the pocket. I'm sorry, as a quarterback 90% of the time is gonna be in the pocket. But when you are not diagnosing what you are reading, when you're not comprehending what you are reading, you get the picks, you get the sack fumbles, you get the knockdown passes, the pass defense deflects. That part. It's time out for the excuses for this kid. He ain't a quarterback. He a good athlete out there doing a bad Barry Sanders impression is what he is. But that's what y'all in love with. That's what y'all in love with, them foots. Them foots. No shot, Didi. The reason I say that is because the Patriots are not as flashy as the Kansas City Chiefs. Yeah, well. Oh, okay. I see what you're talking about. I mean, well, from a perspective of getting the job done, I can understand the comparison. I can. With the era after Tom Brady, the Chiefs are right now the dynasty in the NFL. They are. They've been in their fourth Super Bowl in 5 years. That qualifies as a dynasty, ladies and gentlemen. That qualifies for GOAT conversation when you got a quarterback that since his inception into the starting position, he has been in every AFC championship game to date since becoming a starter for the Chiefs. Travis Kelce. I gave my opinion on that. I mean, put the cape on him, put the crown on him, give him his scepter, go tight end. Coming off yesterday's performance and getting to where he's getting to. If he walks after this season, I wouldn't blame him. I got this feeling we may have 2 more years of Travis Kelce. Because man, that guy there, Ghost Peppers, what's happening? And say, here's the excuse that I heard, OG. The NFL wanted LJ to lose because everybody turned down from giving him that $250 million besides the Ravens, and the NFL didn't want to make them look like fools. That's cap in capital letters. It's garbage. Yeah, it is hilarious. It is hilarious. Smooth 78. What's good? What's good? Nice to see you in here. Let's see. Southside. I don't think people understand that since this Chiefs dynasty has been assembled, there has been only two quarterbacks to prevent or beat the Chiefs in the Super Bowl, and those two quarterbacks were Tom Brady and Joe Burrow. Facts. Facts. Facts on top of facts. They had Lamar Jackson in the pocket, passing 80% of the game. If you're running, if you're a running team, why are you passing so much? That's all I'm saying. Well, that's understanding your opponent. Now, I will say they probably should have ran the ball more, not necessarily with him, but they probably should have ran the ball more to shorten the game, take some, snaps away from Kansas City. But when you understand your opponent, everybody knows, Patrick Mahomes, he will put punch up on you in bunches. You know, it's like a fast break, and it happened. Now, and then also with that, when you're coaching not to lose, 9 times out of 10, you are going to lose. But given the situation, and we've seen this movie before, you know what I'm saying, with Lamar Jackson and the Ravens. We've seen this very same movie before. Another number one seed. He had the weapons that y'all say he didn't have last season. And he had another top 10 defense. And yet again, another number one seed position squandered. You can talk about him running all day, you know what I'm saying? But at the end of the day, you still got to actually play the quarterback position, which means you got to read defenses and you got to make the throws. And I was sitting there watching that, and I'm like the whole game, I'm like, he has no idea what he's looking at. And when you're a confused quarterback like that, I don't care if you ran a 4-1 or a 3-9. You're not gonna run away from holding on to the ball too long, no matter what you say about him being in the pocket. Because again, at the end of the day, you got to play the quarterback position. How else are your receivers and tight ends, you know what I'm saying, as it were, gonna get the ball? Just saying. Just saying. Now, the Ravens are in trouble with his contract extension going for. Oh, yes. Oh, yes. Oh, yeah. Because some very large pieces of that top 10, you know what I'm saying, defense are going to be looking for contracts, going to be looking for the bag, and they ain't going to be able to get it to them. Why? Because that 260 kicks in, you know what I'm saying, when the new league year starts. Bam. Cha-ching. 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 Cap hell, here comes the Ravens. Smooth says KC played as a complete team and Baltimore depended on the big play and himself. I think that made the difference. Hey. Now you're digging off into something that got swept up under the rug in the off season last season. Because a lot of the situation when it came down to him getting, this deal, it was more about him than it was team. You know, and when you not a student of your craft per se. Because I haven't heard in the 6 to 7 years he's been in the league, not once in the offseason have I heard him want to sit down, at QB camps or, talking to, all pros or Hall of Famers that did it at his position. You know what I'm saying? Not now time. Not now times have I heard, Lamar Jackson, was at a camp with Steve Young or Peyton Manning. I never heard that. Never heard that, because just like his idol, he thought and thinks that his leg is going to get him where he need to be. And that is so far from the truth at the quarterback position. Good morning, Christy. Yeah. The fumble and the pick, yeah. Yeah. But see, that comes, things like that. Okay, especially with that on that fumble. When he moved up in the pocket, he should have took off then. That was one of them times where he should have ran. You know what I'm saying? But again, when you can't comprehend what you are reading, time goes by faster than you think. Time goes by. You know? And that's what I'm saying, Mr. Knight. That's what I'm saying. For them 260 million, 10 points? 10 points. 10 whole points. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. For them 260 million. Okay. All right. So he said the Chiefs played great. And that they did. The Chiefs played, they played a great defensive game. Because they made him do something they know he can't do. And that's play the quarterback position. Play the quarterback position. The Chief played man underneath, zone over the top all day long, and he could not figure it out. He could not figure it out. I'm just saying. I'm just saying. You have to you have to understand the concept of what you are and how you are as a player. And Lamar hasn't figured that out yet. Now, since switching over here to the NFC side of things, much to the chagrin of a lot of us, congratulations are in order for these San Francisco 49ers. Let's see if they can get it right this time. Inexperience and taking your foot off the gas is the reason the Detroit Lions lost this game. I was hoping for some 8 Mile magic, if you will, because it would have made for a great story, more than anything, fans like a great story, and Detroit being in the Super Bowl would have been a great story. And like I said to start, I'm hoping that this will be a learning experience, nothing that they be hungover from, and having a taste of getting that far. You're in the NFC Championship game. Hey, maybe next season they'll be back in that game, or maybe this time they be at home in that game. You know what I mean? They have the utensils, they have the personnel, they're a well-built coaching staff. and they're very, very young on the defensive side, and they're gonna be good on the defensive side for a long time. Aiden Hudson and them boys. Shout out to them. It wasn't necessarily a good second half. I mean, but you know, um, when you make the coaching mistakes that Campbell made, these things happen. Um, I think Jared Goff played a pretty good game. You really can't look down on him from that aspect. Um, Gibbs and them, it sucks really. It sucks. I mean, because it it's looking at that first half, and for the most part, half of the third, they they took their foot off the gas in a certain aspect offensively. Um, and it's gonna sting. It's gonna hurt. You know what I'm saying? But like I said, hopefully it's a learning experience. Um, Shout out to Brock Purdy's second half performance. Shout out to Brock Purdy. Um, decisive, very decisive. He had three pretty good runs on crucial third downs. He threw some nice balls. Uh, Congratulations to Kyle Shanahan getting back to the Super Bowl. Again, let's see if they can get it. He and the 49ers, saying can get it right this time around. And Mike for gaming. Who do the Falcons think they are by passing on Lamar? that doesn't even require a response. When you have quarterback willing to run and smash up his helmet, you know you have something, which is true. But also with that, you also have to have a quarterback that can read defenses and diagnose and read his progressions. Lamar doesn't, and he can't do. He's not able to do that. See, what your name is? Iron Mike 404 Gaming. Um, Sir, that's the entire problem with this fan base. Well, let me ask you a question. Um, would you want to win and be the defensive team left standing holding the Lombardi, or would you want to be in the divisional round and then put up a lot of points and your defense then gave up a lot of points and you lose? Mm. Which do you prefer? Because we done what you wanted and gave Lamar that 260. Do you think that our defense would have been anywhere near what it was this season for the most part? Do you think we would have been able to, spend the money that we spent on our defense? And the answer to both of those questions would have been no. But see, a lot of y'all that think like that can't see, 3 feet in front of your face and 2 inches below your ass crack. With that type of logic, and y'all keep running around here with that word culture. See, you could talk about culture when you're winning. When we could have the culture conversation with the Kansas City Chiefs. I mean, you know what I'm saying? We could have that conversation with them, because that is a culture. That is a winning culture. That is, a culture established. And you out here trying to be flamboyantly sarcastic and asking who the Falcons think they are by passing on Lamar. Well, who the hell is Lamar Jackson? Well, we know who that is. Well, we saw it on yesterday. We've seen it for the last 6 years. Injury prone, can't read defenses. I mean, the other excuse that y'all had for him that he needed weapons. Okay, he had weapons. So, all right. And what happened? Come on, man. Y'all, a lot of y'all need to think before you hit sin with this foolishness. You know, shoot, I'm just saying, man. Y'all get out here and ask these, fly by night questions such as that, and it makes no sense. But then too, you probably are a fantasy football type of cat too, ain't you? You know what I'm saying? You probably more concerned about numbers, fantasy football numbers than you are actually NFL wins. If you're asking that question. True, but if you're a running team, why not run 80% of the game? But they did the opposite. They threw 80%. I don't think they did any RPO, and that's true about him reading defenses. Okay, so we kind of sort of on that same page right now. Okay, cool. Raphael Sumter, how you doing? Thanks for joining us. How many times Matt Ryan won MVP? Why keep downing the man? He lost, but he's accomplished a lot more than these QBs y'all praise. And what QBs would that be? I mean, what? I mean, okay, I'm just trying to get it. Now, are you talking about downing Matt Ryan, or are you talking about downing Lamar Jackson? I'm asking that to get a clear understanding of the statement and question that you're asking. Chanel, Falcon fans want a Vick rerun. Vick didn't do anything but be exciting. Go look at Vick passing yards and completion numbers. Right. People keep wanting this second coming, but and again, when I ask the question, well, what did Vick do here? Well, he changed life for the city. I'm sorry. 2 years prior to us drafting Michael Vick, we were in the Super Bowl in 1998. So all of that, he brought life back to the city is a false myth, at the highest order. Okay. Again, when you talk to guys like Warren Sapp and Derek Brooks and Julius Peppers and Simeon Rice and them, and those other guys from the Saints defense that saw him on a regular basis, whom he couldn't beat on a regular basis. And they all had the same thing in whatever their observation of him was. And he couldn't read defenses. The doggone cover two was Michael Vick's kryptonite. Cover two spy was his kryptonite. Okay, so all of this, the second you need the second coming of Mike. No, what we need is a quarterback that can be a complete quarterback. It's cool if he's able to get out and get you 35 or 40 or 50 yards rushing in the game. That's cool, but if that completion percentage is not 68% or better, if that QBR ain't 98.9 or better, if the TDs thrown 2 or 3, hey, you know what I mean? I mean, what good is it? What good is it? I mean, seriously, let's be honest about this thing. Y'all keep sitting Michael Vick up on a pedestal, and I'm trying to figure out what did he do to get there? What y'all was having freaknik feelings, you know what I'm saying, when he was in here, and in music videos. But when he got on that stage in Philadelphia in that game in 2004, 2005, they made Brian Dawkins look like he was wearing a Falcons uniform. Stop playing with me, man. Stop playing with me. He was another one. He ran all the time because the line was bad, which is bull crap in itself. And with an offensive line that you and your running backs that were with you on that team at the time, and y'all run for almost 3,000 yards, miss me about O-line problems. That boy ran all the time because he put the playbook in the trunk. That boy ran all the time because he couldn't read defenses. He ran all the time when he was him because he thought them foots was going to run him away from any defensive problems. I better come on with him, man. Start telling some truth around this gap, man, and stop lying to yourselves. And y'all spent 14 years. Matt Ryan was the quarterback, talking about how the quarterback should make people around him better. Well, man, we can go down a list of players that got paid because of Matt Ryan. We can go down a list of coaches that got head coaching jobs, better jobs, because of Matt Ryan. Can you say that about Michael Vick? Can you say that about Michael Vick? Okay. Yeah, that part. Andrew said, people waiting for Lamar Jackson to fail are really lame to me. The man lost a game, but most of the people degrading and demeaning him losing in life. That's disgusting and despicable. I don't know anything about his life outside of football, and I don't care nothing about it. What I talk about as far as Lamar Jackson is concerned is his on the field abilities. Okay, I don't have a dislike toward him, but when you make false indignations, of the such, like he's the greatest thing since sliced bread, and video documented evidence shows otherwise. Well, come on. And yeah, he lost the game. Predictably, he lost the game because of everything that I've said up to this point. They brought in a college offensive coordinator for this guy. Let that sink in, man. A college coordinator. And the young man that played in college under this coordinator looks better in that said system than he does in one Stetson Bennett. Stop playing, man. I mean, call it what you want, bro. Call it what you want. But I mean, you can't dismiss the fact he looked like a lost little pee-wee league football player out there. Y'all cried all last offseason. Well, he need help. He need weapons. Well, he had help. He had the weapons. And what did he do with it? I'm gonna tell you what the real problem was. The panic mode set in when Mark Andrews got hurt, and his season was over with. And you could see it in that game against Kansas City. Watch the tape. How many times did he look in the flat? And forgetting Mark ain't out here. And you got Flowers, you got OBJ, you got the other kid, you know what I'm saying? I say it again. When you cannot comprehend what you are reading, you fail the test every time. Every time. Most of the people sitting here laughing at Lamar Jackson losing are losing in life straight up. Yep, he lost and he taking the heat, but this total disrespect for him, like this is really lame. What's lame? Calling out the facts. I mean, y'all doing with him the same thing you did with Vick. You putting him up on this pedestal when he don't belong there. Oh my goodness. Technical difficulties. It's like slightly. But yeah, no one's hating on this man's life. It's just pointing out the facts. I mean, if you think because you know what I'm saying, a person saying "I told you so," or pointing out those facts as to why he lost, and I'm gonna continue to say it. You know, when you're out here and you're supposed to be a quarterback, but you're really out here doing a bad Barry Sanders impression. That's not being a quarterback. The same problems it was seen on yesterday I've been talking about since his third year in the league. The very same problems. I mean, you can't look past it, look over it, or look around it. These are facts, Anthony. These are facts. You know what I'm saying? I mean, it is what it is. He can't read defenses to save his life or his mama's life. He can't. And when you're put in a situation where you actually have to play the quarterback position, you get the results that you got on yesterday. And I'm sorry that if one of your favorite players in the league looks exactly like what I call him, AAU Jackson, then you might have to go sit down on somebody's couch, and stretch out and tell them your long football, depression, and work that out. I mean, it is what it is when it comes down to that point right there. Look, the Super Bowl is set. Chiefs, 49ers, Andy Reid, Shanahan, Brock Purdy, Patrick Mahomes, George Kittle, Travis Kelce. You know what I'm saying? I can go on, but that's where it's set. And that's where we at. You know what I'm saying? And with it, we got an addition to our new head coaches, coaching staff, and Zach Robinson. I will be expounding on that on Wednesday on Wicked Wiz Sports T. Y'all gonna see me again on the Realistic OGs on tomorrow night at 7. We're down to the last game of the season, ladies and gentlemen. And once again, I say it one more again. I appreciate you all getting in here, you know what I'm saying, each one of my shows, and getting in the conversation, getting in dialogue and all that. I appreciate it. I love you guys for it. You don't understand, how much I appreciate this. I appreciate it.
Can I interrupt you real quick?
Yes, sir.
So this is Mad Mike speaking. This is not Michael Anthony Lenson. Okay, I just want everybody to know that real quick. This is Mad Mike, right? So with that being said, I want to tell you, everybody who supports AFN and Mad Mike Sports, and if you feel some type of way about this, I don't give a fuck. Okay. So I want to tell you motherfuckers one thing. Stay the fuck out of my messages. Stay the fuck out of my inboxes. Talk about another man. Okay? I don't give a fuck about what y'all think about Mr. two-time, 12-time loser. Okay, I don't give a fuck about Lamar Jackson. Fuck him. Fuck that sorry ass team that continuously be number one in everything and top 10 in every goddamn thing and put up all these MVP seasons just to get their motherfucking ass whipped in the fucking playoffs. Fuck you and fuck the Ravens. If you are a fucking Falcons fan, act like it. And stay out of my motherfucking messages talking about another grown-ass man. Okay? Stay the fuck off of my shit. You're supposed to be Falcons fans, and y'all messaging me more than them motherfuckers talk about goddamn Falcon stuff. What is wrong with y'all? It's okay to have your own dick in your own hands. Leave his dick in his pants. It's so fucking K. Keep your dick in your hand and let him keep his dick in his pants. Stay the fuck out of my messages. Stay the fuck out of my inboxes talking about another man that ain't got nothing to do with the Atlanta Falcons. We got several grown-ass men, not women, men that are coming at me for Lamar Jackson. What the fuck is wrong with y'all? Y'all capping for this motherfucker more than you cap for your own goddamn team. And I'm sorry, Samuel. I owe you one, okay? I fucking owe you one, all right? But all these grown-ass men are messaging me not about Falcons takes, about Ravens takes. Ravens take. He blew it again, and you mad at me because he blew it. And no, he probably didn't blow y'all because how y'all like it. No, he blew the game, okay? So fuck you, fuck Lamar, fuck the Ravens, fuck the NFL who promoting this man, fuck all y'all. He can suck or whatever. Suck a goddamn pinky. Look, go out there and suck a goddamn sucker, okay? They got blow plops all in goddamn the local 7-Elevens and Chevrons and all the motherfuckers, okay? Go blow them motherfuckers. Suck on them all you want to. But stay the fuck out of my messages talking about another man. If you want to talk Falcons football, fine. But fuck him and fuck you if you don't like it. The end. I'm sorry, Samuel. But I done got 10 fucking messages over the last couple of goddamn days about this motherfucker who he loses like this every time, and y'all get mad at me, not him. You get mad at me, not him. You get mad at me because he's a fucking loser. He's a fucking bum. And I've been telling y'all he's a fucking bum. He's a bum, and y'all mad at me. And what you call him, Mr. AAU Jackson?
Yep.
Mr. AAU put up all these. Look, yeah, he can catch passes, bounce off a motherfucking tree, and it's like watching Space Jam with this motherfucker.
Right.
And y'all come all on yourself. Look, you come all over yourself just looking at him playing football. Is he exciting? Yes. Is he a great football player? Hell to the no. He's a fucking bum. And he's proved it again. And you motherfuckers are mad at me again. And Sam again for telling the truth. So fuck y'all.
I've been saying it. Most notably since his third year in the league. His progression stopped there. Again, they hired a college offensive coordinator to come help him and dumb down the system for him to move forward. And what happens? Come on, man. Come on, y'all got to take a good, long, hard look at this now. They hired a college offensive coordinator.
Say it again, Sam. Say it again. That's the truth.
Todd Monken, a offensive coordinator from NCAA. And you get in another situation. I think it's second or his third number one seed.
This is what I'm talking about. Like he's a loser. And instead of getting mad at him for losing, like y'all did Desmond Real, like y'all did Matt Ryan, y'all did Matt Schaub like that. Everybody else a loser except for him.
Mm-hmm.
Everybody need to be benched and everybody overrated. Oh, I don't like Patrick Mahomes because he always in the damn championship. The motherfucker always in every fucking championship, but y'all despise this man. Y'all despise this man for being a fucking winner, but you love and jack off a loser. Lamar Jackson is a fucking loser.
Straight up.
He's a loser. That's what he does best. He's a popular loser.
What other quarterback do you know that has had a top 10 to top 5 defense every year of his existence in the NFL and can't get it done?
He cannot get it done. When MVPs just to lose in the first and second round, every fucking chance. Every fucking chance he get, he fucking loses. And we sit up here, oh my, you hating on the black man. Oh my, here you go. You talking so much shit about the damn Ravens. But look at all sour ass Falcons. Get the fuck out of here.
Like I said before, them 260 million are coming home to roost when the new league year starts and 4 of them big pieces off that defense say bye-bye. But who was that? What is it? 404 Gaming talking about who the Falcons think they are by passing on Lamar Jackson. Well, we wouldn't be in a position to build a top flight defense had we moved on him for them $45-50 million a year to do what? Score 10 points in the AFC Championship game? Man, stop playing with me.
What are we talking?
But y'all, most of the comments here's the irony, Mike, with you coming in here. Most of the 2 or 3 of the folks in here, and that whole thing, the whole bunch. Well, if he had ran more, well, guess what? They were on the opposite side of the field from a championship team, a championship coach that put him in uncomfortable situations, such as to play the quarterback position. And again, he looked like a lost kid out there.
That man threw the ball in triple coverage, and we up here talking about, oh my God, the refs blew. They blew the game. Huh? Am I the only one who threw coverage in there? I threw in triple, quadruple coverage.
Wait a minute now. What did we hear all last offseason, Mike? Starting with Ray Lewis, the man need help.
Yeah, the man need
help. He had help. And what was the outcome again? He had help. But you told us for 14 years, the quarterback is supposed to make people around on his unit around him better. Who did Lamar make better?
Mm-hmm.
But you out here mad because people are I told you so on Lamar Jackson. No, Anthony, it ain't lame. It's just putting it VDE, video documented evidence, points out everything that I've said for the last 3 years about him. It's you and people like you need to come to the reality that he is not a quarterback. A real quarterback in his 7th year wouldn't be being stuck around and not being able to read defenses.
He still can't.
7th year in the league and he can't read a defense, bruh. Now, how lame is that? How lame is that? 7 years in the league? And they usually, Joe Montana said it out of his face 4 years ago. It takes a quarterback about 4 to maybe his 5th year to actually get it. Okay, he's working on his 7th and he still ain't got it. You think it's going to change? Just because he can run?
I tried to tell you. Call me, oh my God, he threw for 30 touchdowns and he did this and he has the best QBR. Yeah, he got in the playoffs and all that shit went out the window. Why? Because I told y'all this is when I told you about the RPO. He runs an RPO system. You're going to look good, but when it's time to actually play the quarterback position and go through your progressions, he failed again. We literally saw the same 3 passes for him the entire game. Throw it in the flat, throw it to the left side.
You know why he was throwing it in the flat? Because he was looking for Mark Andrews, who wasn't there.
The whole game. the same three things. Throw it to the right side flat, throw it to the left side flat, throw it deep to the left side. All game it would say. We saw the whole thing.
Yep.
The middle of the field wide open. He ain't even looking at the middle of the field. He ain't even trying to throw in the middle of the field.
But we out here waiting. When nobody waiting, we knew the outcome of the game. We knew the outcome of the situation because we've seen the movie over and over and over again with him. And he an MVP. Okay, and
$200 million to put up Desmond Ridder numbers. Yes, I said it.
10 points.
And
10 points.
This is supposed to be this is supposed to be a quarterback, and he can't. There's not been a quarterback in this playoff that don't put on less than 17 points, and he's the one.
Mm-hmm.
He's the one. They average 28 points a game this season. Guess what? They scored 10 points in this game. What are we talking about? What are we? What the fuck? Why are you messaging me? You should be embarrassed to be behind somebody like. You should be embarrassed. You should pull your own eyes out. Okay, you should pull your own eyes out. Why? Because he embarrassed you all you Lamar sexuals. He embarrassed you. You should pull your eye. You should never want to look at his face ever again. Okay, you just punish yourself. Do it for you. Okay, I'm praying for y'all. Please, Lord, please, Jesus, help them see the glory. Help them see the truth. Help them, Father. Help them. Help them. Okay.
Some of y'all should exercise the right not to hit send and shut the entire F up when it comes to the quarterback conversation. Because that's what most of y'all spend your time on, the quarterback. Yeah, to literally ask, who do we think we are to pass on him? Well, we think that we're trying to build a defense.
Yeah, I agree with me.
Okay, you know what I'm saying? And not spending $45 to $50 million a year on a guy that can't read defenses out here doing a bad Barry Sanders impression seems like a good move to me.
Should be embarrassed. Y'all Lamar fans should be embarrassed. All right, that's why I say you shouldn't even want to use your eyes anymore after this shit y'all show. You shouldn't even want to use it no more. Okay, just put them dark shades on and put some duct tape over them so you can't see.
See, this is what happens when you spend all your time cleaning Michael Vick's rectum and coming up with Vickitis, and you have these dumb takes, ask these dumb questions, and mindless dribble of a guy that can, because at the quarterback position he can run.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Oh my God. Lamar Jackson is a superhero because he batted the ball in the air and caught it. How many times have we seen that shit from? We saw old linemen do that same shit, and when Lamar Jackson, y'all about to nut all on your damn selves.
What you should be embarrassed about is the fact that me, sitting here and about to praise a 7th round pick who on yesterday looked like a bona fide all-pro quarterback in the second half of this game against the Lions. Decisive, he ran when he needed to. Decisive, he read the defense, throw the pass that he needed to throw. Why couldn't Lamar Jackson do that? Because he couldn't read the damn defense.
Yeah, they took away his comfort and they made him a quarterback. They forced him to go to his left side. Y'all saw it. They took away the middle and they spied him.
Mm-hmm.
They took away the middle of the field. They spied him and played a zone, kind of like an inside, like a outside in with a tight end. Took away Mark Andrews, and they didn't allow him to escape right. And the one time that he escaped right, it was really on that long run on 4th down. Like that's all. The whole game, it was the same thing. And he was too stupid to even sit in the damn pocket and actually go through his progressions the proper way. He didn't even look to throw the ball in the middle of the field. And the catch with Zay Flowers, look, that was on a broken play. It was they had like 10 seconds in the pocket. But we up here, you want to come in my messages and jump down our throats because you wrong. You should be embarrassed. You shouldn't even trust yourself. You run your life, okay? Because y'all obviously not good at it. You obviously not good at running your own damn life. You shouldn't be trusted with your own thoughts. You should be trusted with your own messages.
How lame is that?
Said he was a god. Y'all said he was the next Michael Vick. You know what the crazy part is? Michael Vick was never this terrible. At least I can count on him to throw to a receiver. Cause after Crumpler and Brian Freeman, those his dudes. He came Mark Andrews. Y'all don't had 15 goddamn wide receivers, and all the wide receivers the problem. What the problem? You see what the problem? Like and like I said, I'm not the biggest Vick fan, but don't even try to compare him to Vick because Vick actually threw the ball. I mean, you look at Vick, even when his when he was in Philadelphia, we saw Deshaun Jackson had an excellent chemistry together. So don't even try to compare him to I've seen Michael Vick, you know what I'm saying, when he actually want to be a quarterback, actually be a quarterback. Lamar still ain't a quarterback. In year 7, Michael Vick went to jail, came back, but he went to jail for 2 years, came back, and still was a better quarterback than Lamar Jackson was. What are we talking about? So I'm sorry, Sam. I had to get that out before tonight because I was good show tonight. Like, I apologize. Like I said, I owe you one. We'll smoke a blunt together or something like it. Well, I smoke a blunt, but look. We get harassed. Well, I get harassed. Nobody get harassed like me. I get messages on top of messages. Mike, man, you shouldn't have said that about Lamar. You shouldn't have said, man, I can't believe you behind Ridder, man. I can't believe you love the Falcon like that. Mike, man. Y'all some grown ass men be in my inboxes more than female. Crying. Okay? Y'all be crying.
I wonder where a lot of you were, you know what I'm saying, you know, back in the late 80s when Troy Aikman's rookie year happened. Where were y'all at when Peyton Manning's rookie year happened? Where were you at when Joe Montana's rookie year happened? Okay, and you know how many wins that they all had collectively from their first year? 5. And by a lot of y'all's logic on Desmond Ridder, yeah, Troy Aikman shouldn't have played another down after his rookie year. Peyton Manning shouldn't have played another down after his rookie year. Joe Montana shouldn't have played another down after his rookie year in 2 wins. But y'all out here with the can't believe that you're okay. Becoming a quarterback is not a 1-year thing. But on the other end of that spectrum, you're in your 7th year in the league and you still can't read defenses, you might want to consider retiring. Now, with that being said, ladies and gentlemen, closing arguments being made and given, you have to keep it dirty. You got to keep it ATL. You got to keep it real. And most importantly, keep it real with yourself. This has been your boy with a classic experience from Mad Mike himself. It's been your boy, OG Big Sam, with this episode of Mad Monday with the OG. And the OG will see you on tomorrow night. Peace.